Hello, everybody. My name is Aren Dawson, and this is my Anatomy and Physiology oral presentation. This is my topic. So, sarcopenia is a condition that affects older people mostly and is caused by the presence of low muscle quantity or quality. This experiment was done to test the effectiveness of MRI, dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, also known as DXA, and segmental bioelectrical impedance spectroscopy, also known as SBIS, as I'll refer to it for the rest of this presentation, has on measuring lean mass as well as how different amounts of exercise can affect the muscles. This experiment focuses mainly on measuring the change in the thigh muscles. What is the importance of this experiment? Well, sarcopenia can affect an elderly person's muscle mass, strength, and performance in doing everyday tasks. With this experiment, we would be able to figure out exactly how much simple exercise is required to keep their muscles healthy and working. We will also work out which of the three machines I talked about can measure lean mass the most accurately. Set up for this experiment, there were 147 participants in this single blind experiment, 61 of which were allocated to no exercise, low intensity exercise, and moderate intensity exercise groups for the 24-week period of which this experiment took place. I must note, though, that 11 of these 61 subjects were not able to turn in their data, or they quit before starting, or they had complications during the examination in which they could not submit their data. These people took measurements of muscle mass before the start, and using this, the randomization codes were given via a nurse, opening an envelope with all the patient's stats and collected data. The people were then given their code, separated into groups for the next 24 weeks, and they recorded their data as they progressed through the experiment and the weeks. What was the hypothesis provided by the scientist? Well, the hypothesis is simple, and it just wants to determine whether or not integrating resistance mobility training into your life as you get older can help prevent or mitigate the effects of sarcopenia. They also wished to figure out which of the different analysis machines is best and most cost effective. They presumed that the SBIS would actually be the easiest because it's affordable, it's portable, while the others are mostly only found in hospitals. Without including all of the complicated numbers and statistics that went into figuring out the results, which they did provide through the extensive wording of the article, it can firmly be said that the more resistance training done by a group that was allocated to it, the more muscle mass they retained or even gained. The no exercise groups actually lost mass because they weren't doing anything to circumvent the sarcopenia from worsening. But this was while the moderate exercise groups, they prospered. And upon using the machines for analysis, they discovered that the DXA was functionally useless and was inconsistent with its data gathering, as well as it was exposing patients to X-rays and radiation, and it just wasn't good for them, and with it being so expensive as well. The most affordable, portable, and accurate device was the SBIS. Here we have a chart, my visual aid. Here in the top left, as we can see, this is a graph measuring thigh muscle growth on an MRI. As we see, the no exercise group lowered, while the groups that actually exercise increased. And we could see consistently in all the other graphs that the no exercise group either stayed near the bottom, close to zero, or actually lowered. No matter what the graph is measuring, the no exercise group did the worst. These graphs do cover a wide variety of data, but even without going into it so much, we can see that the moderate exercise group did the best in every single one. They always rank in the positive and are the highest on each chart. In terms of limitations, The study was done in Osaka, Japan, which limited the demographic to just Japanese citizens rather than a more diverse audience. The equipment that they used is very expensive and it's mostly inaccessible, like an MRI machine or the X ray machines outside of medical studies for experiments like this. But the SBIS, being fully affordable for the regular person and portable for on the go usage, this whole thing helps us because it allows us to understand that as we age, if we stay moderately active, we can keep our muscles healthy and prevent loss and gain in our mobility. It also tells us which machine is best for measuring your own loss and gain if you were super worried about that. In terms of conclusions, with all of the statistics and charts they involved in the experiment and results shown, I have to agree wholeheartedly with their conclusion on both the amount of exercise to do, as well as which machine is best for use by a regular person for the greatest accuracy. This has been my presentation. Here is the sources I used for my information, and I hope you learned something, maybe. Have a good day.